Hello, this is Gerald Theophilus. I have explained already loss, so why not also explain win, the opposite of it? How can we recognize the meaning of win as how it is directed by the letters themselves? Every letter directs things, and you can see that in the frequencies, and you can interpret it already a little bit from the frequencies. But once you know the systematic recognition of these letters, you can recognize the meaningfulness of all words even better in that way. So in that way you can interpret them in a little bit more universal way than just taking out meaningfulnesses of coincidental words. Here it is a system based upon these positions of orientations themselves in a numerical, geometrical, and a lot of other ways to be sure that we are talking about the things that are almost geometrical and almost automatically followed just because they follow the most simple rules for it. I have letters focusing upon the object in space. I have letters from the second category that follow up directions in timing, and I have also a couple of other letters that describe actually much more a general performance where it is unclear which directions they have and which positions they have. They have more like a global influence, and they also have letters to describe what's going on and which kind of emphasis you can have there. So let's go find out what win is. Win has three letters only. Two letters from the second category, one from the third category, and nothing else, nothing from the first category. So it's not really about a focus in space. No, it's a focus in timing, and it's a focus in a sort of context that it will try to figure out its selection of focus there. So only these two categories are there. And the second category is about timing. So it actually is based upon, yes, I have my vision about how I can see things, and I know also that there is another one somewhere else at a different place at a different timing, and I want to figure out if how I can balance that out in such a way that I can reach it also, those things that are a bit further away, and I would hope to find directions there. And these letters are about that. The W is about that. So we start always from our viewpoint, so the me or mine, and we go towards the other viewpoint of the other. And as you can see, W is a bit more at the place of the other. So we're going to focus upon the other with that one, or the other place, or somewhere else. And we use timing for it. So we use timing for, we take the time for it as well. So W, you can see, okay, from my point of view, I'm going to reach out and I'm going to find out where it is at the other place. Basically, you can also derive it to with vibrations, why the A, for instance, in the physical level is a steady vibration which always remains the same. Here, the vibrations of everything with timing are about changes, so also these vibrations change. The W or the W sound as a vibration which also changes and adapts and little bit fades out outwardly most of the time, but I prefer to express it as a wave which is losing a bit its strength actually. But in that way still adapts to what is needed to maintain its force as much as possible. That's more or less how you can describe it actually, the W sound. You can sense it if you want, just express it a couple of times and you will sense what it is doing actually, and its form also expresses it quite well. So it's also much more indeed about adaptation towards the other during that process in time. It also takes the time as well. It takes the time to do so. And preferably, we always also with timing, we try to focus upon what we have now, not just to the future or the past. We try to see the things now. That's our preference. So even in the timing that we need more time for it, we have to see what kind of attitude, what kind of, how do we have to behave towards it to have a successful effect in the end. So we always focus upon the now. When we have the letter E as the next letter, it also means let's focus upon where shall we find actually our point of access, where we find our limits, where we can see how limited we express it, and how we can limit our expressions that it is effective, so that we're not doing anything that we will not be successful. We want to be successful in what we want to reach. So let's minimize it to the most effect. So E on its own will focus here in the middle between you and me. It try to figure out where it is. In reality, of course, it will never be perfectly in the middle. It will be there exactly where we have the most need of adaptation. And from me to you, it will be actually much more at the point of where the letters also are most dominant. So the most dominant placement for W is at the other. The E has to go also to that other place. So let's move up. Let's move to that place where we will express the we, not just from my point of view or our point of view as we with the E, where you have a relationship between you and me. Here we with an E will have the reflection from my point of view, what I want, but I will focus mostly upon what will be gained at the other place. So that's where I'm going to focus my selection process in as the next letter, we. I will focus on that place. There I will see what I can have a selection with. E is about adaptation towards what is needed, and I will try to select actually the frame of importance, what I need to do, and how I can gain something then via my performance towards what I want to achieve there. The N itself is the achievement, and so N is about the directions. One of the three directions that I have here in. There are always three directions: horizontal, vertical, diagonal. The N is in the vertical sense. It's actually something on the first level of these 1, 2, 3 options. In the second category, it's about I'm going to have a vertical direction from space towards a timing process, and that's what I'm going to time. I take out something almost like a physical reference, a spatial reference, something I want to use. That's what I want to use, and I take it out, and actually it will also say in the selection in E, I will take it out so that I can use it at a certain time, and so that that I see, okay, here it is useful. With the win, I know where it can be useful, and so I know where I win something in it because I have the right timing, I have the right moment, I have the right attitude, I have all of that. I have that approach already carefully worked out, so that this is a win situation in the end. And that's basically explained in a different way. I think I have explained this word before differently. But you have to have different angles the whole time to express the same logic that comes forward from the letters onwards, to understand actually the full picture of what the letters actually say, how they direct you and explain and describe the word, and intentionally as how it has been intended in the word with capital, as the word in this case is win. And that's hopefully something that you can gain even more after having watched this video. Thanks again for watching. Bye.